Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about a question that I asked the viewers of the channel. Do you think your comic book collection is better than other people's? A simple question, a yes or no question that will get into details of how that poll went and then talk about some of the comments that people left. But the reason behind this video was a comment that was left on the channel on one of my recent posts. It was a short, basically showing my slab wall, talking about my comics, and it was from a friend named David Clark. And he says, to be honest, that's barely a beginner's collection of key books. And I thought, man, not only did David Clark feel he needed to tell me that my collection was basically trash, but he felt so compelled that he needed to do this on YouTube. And he comments again later, which we'll talk about. But let's hear from the community. Let's hear exactly what the community thinks about their comic book collection in relation to other people's. Okay, so let's just kind of focus on the topic at hand here, and let's reach out to Frozen here. So Frozen, probably a fan of the Disney movie, says, "Wow, this guy is a straight dick. First and last YouTube video I'm watching from him. Can't believe this guy is so ignorant to post this, thinking people would be on his side. He really is a fucking goof." No, okay. Okay, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about whether you think your collection is better. Okay. G Sparks 1835 says, "Trying to get content for your channel, not cool. These douche canoes are just another reason why I'm no longer interested in comics." Okay, that's not okay. Cockatoos TCG says, "The problem is you, bud." I don't think he's my bud. Why would you say something? Full Beard Skate says, "After watching, I conclude it's because you're a douchebag." Okay. Duke City Explorer says, "This video is wrong on so many levels that I won't waste my time going into detail with. Most comments have described how bad this YouTuber is. I will say having a narcissistic, gaslighting, privileged attitude won't get you very far in life." People say gaslighting a lot. I think people looked up a fancy word, and I think they like to use it because I mean, I've never done anything wrong. I mean, basically, I've always done the right thing, which I've told you guys time and time again. It's never been my fault. So I don't know why they always say that there's a gaslighting. That's so weird that he would say that. J.D3804. "Those stores are knit yours, dick." Mike PRG says, "Douche alert." Two Huge Bros 241 says, "Ha ha 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 ha. I love clowns like you who wanted those books a while back and now, oh, boom hoo. They're not worth much now because too many people have them and I can't sell it for what I bought it for. Ha 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 ha. You sure must have loved them when you bought them, didn't you? Laughing my fucking ass off." Who hurt him? Who hurt Two Huge Bros? Dale Corey Sanford says, "Just showed that video to my 14-year-old daughter and told her never to be this guy. He is more of a woman than you will ever be." She laughed for a bit and then asked if all modern comic fans are like this, Daddy. He said, "I said, unfortunately, a lot of them are, honey. They are the reason we get shitty stories like Disney Star Wars." Dale and Corey Sanford had more to say. "I will tell you, it's like the gym. He works out. You can publicly record others and expect to be not considered an entitled prick. You got to be respectful of others and show some etiquette. The fact you still sound all emotional about this shows you're a bitch on top of all of it." And David Clark chimes back in and says, if these comics weren't worth $1, do you think he would have collected them? No. Okay. Okay, so after some feedback from the community, those weren't really in relation to what the topic at hand was. We kind of got sidetracked there, but let's focus on, whether do you think your comic book collection is better than other people's collection? And a lot of people voted, 339 votes, and they said 19% says yes, my collection is superior to others. 81% says no, my collection is no better than anyone else's. So the crux of this is the idea that when your collection, your collection, you feel like it is better than other people's. You can take this a few different ways. Having pride in your collection, thinking that it's better. You can take it in a way of like a superiority, like I've spent my hard-earned time and money, and I've collected for years and years and years. My collection is better than yours because I'm better. I mean, there's a whole lot of different ways you can take this, and I always kind of think back to the $1 million comic book collection, the New York Comic Con dealer guy, and like I truly think that it was kind of like a superiority complex, like a thing of I'm better than you. My collection is better, and that means I'm better. And that's how I get a lot of this, and that's how I think our friend David Clark, who decided to chime in, how he feels about his collection. That he felt so compelled to tell me that my collection is barely, if even, a beginner's collection. So let's hear some things from the community and see what they think about this. Spencer 2745 says, I don't think so. Been collecting for 14 years on and off. My biggest thing I'm proud of is almost having a full run of both Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 1 and Volume 2, Wolverine Volume 2, with only 25 books left to complete both. All the big keys, all of the big keys and whatnot I already have. So sounds like he's proud of his collection, and he's got an impressive run there. Dead Man says, I'm happy to have a collection I have, slowly replicating the collection I sold back in '84, but the chance of finishing it before I leave this planet is getting tough. Could never say my collection is better than anyone else's. People buy what they love, so we all have the best collection. We should all buy and read what we love. The proudest part of my collection is having action and Superman from my date of birth to present. So that's a little over 67 years worth of 2 series. Electric 4746 says, only been collecting 2 years, have a little over 500 floppies. Don Comic Book Junkie says, I just hit over 50,000 books in my PC, all bought by me. I'm not a dealer or a former shop owner, never bought a collection, so I'm pretty proud of my comic book collection. A lot of people just kind of talking about how they're proud of their collection. Mr. Oldboy says, of course I have a better collection than everyone else. I have like 15 different copies of Spider-Boy, and now Kid Venom too. Spider-Boy is that hot key issue. Stitch Havoc says, I don't compare my collection to others that way, believe it or not. Yeah, sometimes people have higher grades on mutual books. I have, sure. However, I got into collecting for what I wanted, what interested me, and things I wanted to be graded. Many have impressive collections, absolutely, but I don't view it as better or worse than mine. Comic book DW4VV says, have mostly bronze, silver, and gold, but few top keys are so pretty much mainstream, only 1,800 books. Lab Rat Warfare says, the rookies don't know about it, the rookies don't do it. He's a real fan of the channel. I appreciate that. I think it's better than someone's out there, but as a whole, it's nothing too crazy, says Randall Roar. I honestly don't really think of my collection like that. I just buy what I love. Everybody just buys what they love. I love it. I only collect Thor. Tough Book says 100% quality, not quantity, sir. JKing. Jabe says, my house is too small. Ha ha ha. Alan B79 says, my collection is better than Sticky Goose's collection, and that's all that matters. Horvath says, the size of my collection is very nice. So he must have a pretty big collection, pretty girthy. Cigar says, I mean, there's only one person in the world with the worst collection ever, and I assume I'm not that guy, so yeah, my collection is better than some people's. And two brothers here, two brothers. My collection is compiled of everything I love. I absolutely believe it is the best collection on earth. If you don't feel that way about your collection, maybe you're not buying the things you really love. And I kind of tend to agree with him because I think this poll is not accurate. I think people are just trying to maybe posture a little bit because in reality, if you don't think your collection is better than other people's, then why did you collect what you have? That's this, he makes a really good point, and I don't think the poll is accurate just because I just see so much negativity as far as comparing and people feeling superior to each other. I don't believe it. Theodore says, sold it all because it was taking up too much space, lost interest, and need to grow up. Aw. No woman wants to see boxes and boxes of comics in a man's room. Plus, Marvel and DC books are pure trash right now. Jedi Farce says, I have an Ultimate Fallout 4 facsimile acetate CGC 9.9 blue label. Then you've already won. You have the best book in the world. Ian Kane says, it's not the size of the collection, it's the motion of or the quality. There we go. Jesus. God really likes Jesus. But yeah, I don't think that this is necessarily extremely accurate of a poll. From what my perspective has been, I see a lot of territorialism, what's better, my collection better than yours type thing. I think there's a lot of, I think the way I worded this poll kind of led people to lean towards, my collection is no better than anyone else. Like, oh, I'm no better than anyone else. That's bullcrap. I don't believe that. But it's interesting that people decided to vote that way. It was an interesting thought experiment. Guys, what do you guys think? If at any point in time you like this video, give the thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.